Online classes, working from home, and dealing with the new normal. What's up everyone? My name is Christine. Welcome to Just Christina if you're new on my channel. Well, most of you probably already know na hindi na ako student. Hindi namin pinagdaanan yung online classes. We always had face-to-face classes. But most of you, my viewers, alam kong this is something that concerns you a lot. By the way guys, welcome to my work table. This is actually my work table in a weird angle. This was given to me back on my birthday by my closest friends. So anyways, so a lot of the principles of working from home productively also applies to being able to productively do your online classes in the comforts of your home. With that said, here are my 5 tips on how you can prepare for your online classes. Tip number 1, be organized. If hindi ikaw yung tipong tao na organized, now is the time to learn that because that's gonna help you a lot in becoming productive sa online classes mo. So, yung ginawa ko dati, kasi nung estudyante pa lang ako, I really like writing whatever the teacher is saying. Nagsusulat ako sa notebook. Sinusulat ko talaga like as fast as I can. Kung pwede word for word. And then later on, I would review that and then that would help me sa retention ko. So, I did the same thing when I started working from home. And same thing goes for you when you start your online classes and medyo nahihirapan ka pang mag-transition. So, kailangan mo talagang magsulat. Ang tip ko sa inyo guys, this is what I would do. The night before, meron akong notebook na talagang dyan ko sinusulat lahat ng mga to-do list ko for the next day. And then, I would put it at the center of my table para after I do my prayers or whatsoever else, as soon as I get out of bed, like I already have a list of things to do for that day from the very beginning and all the way up to now, 11 years after, yun pa rin yung ginagawa ko and I think you guys should also do that. I know some of you guys are more digitally inclined, so mas preferred nyo magsulat na lang sa inyong phone or sa inyong laptop or your computer. You can use those things. Kung ano yung way that would best work for you, go for it. Tip number 2, choose your spot. You have to take note that there is a struggle at working from home. Same goes with online classes. So, good thing kasi hindi ka na pupunta ng school, studying in the comforts of your home, with your family. Wala ka nang gagastusin papunta sa school. But the struggle is that kailangan mong mag-focus while all the distractions are going. So, it's very important na para maging productive ka in your online classes, you have to choose a spot na talagang alam mo pag nasa spot ka na yan, kailangan mong mag-study or it's time for your online classes. And you have to remember guys that even if nasa bahay lang kayo, your parents are spending for your electricity, for your internet. Nagbayad rin sila sa gadget mo since hindi mo pa afford na bumili ng sarili mong gadget para lang mapatuloy mo yung school mo, para maabot mo yung mga pangarap mo sa sarili mo at para sa kanila. Please be grateful and do your studies very well. Huwag mong sayangin yung pambayad nila doon. Kasi guys, kung alam nila, ang suggestion ko lang guys, if you can have a spot na malayo sa bed nyo or hindi sa loob ng bedroom nyo, mas okay. Pero kung wala ka namang ganung kalaking space, gonna be a little bit of a struggle kasi parang matatempt ka talaga to lay down sa bed instead of working. Pero once you get your mind trained, you won't find it hard anymore. Tip number 3 is start with a clean slate. Now, when you start your online classes, make sure na lahat ng mga decluttering na kailangan mong gawin with your gadgets or whatever you use mainly for your online classes, dapat they're all organized na. You've already decluttered your files and cleaned hard drive or whatever else you use. All those folders dapat naka-organize na. Alam nyo yun, nagta-transition kayo into something and that's already stressful enough. And ayaw nyo naman dagdagan, diba, ng another stress with a very cluttered workspace. If you're using the same thing for your personal and your online classes, just make sure na i-prioritize mo yung online classes mo. And have a dedicated folder kung saan doon mo ilalagay lahat ng mga projects or whatever else you do for your online classes. Also, from the very beginning, make sure to name your files accordingly para it's not very hard to find them. And if you can categorize per subject or per type of category. The next tip, this one is very important. Medyo parang cliche siya pakinggan siguro para sa inyo, pero guys, it's really very important. Tip number 4 is to learn proper discipline. If it's time for your online classes, make sure na talagang nakafocus kayo doon. Again, guys, there's gonna be a lot of distractions. So you have to learn to be disciplined with your time. You have to manage your time properly. You have to pay attention to every detail, and you really have to be very intentional about this. And as much as possible, whenever you're doing your school-related stuff online, don't peep into other apps na magkakause sa inyo ng distractions. I'm talking about social media or other things. You have to remember, you're still in school, but it just happens virtually. Focus on your studies and don't let any distractions take you away from becoming productive in your online classes. And of course, integrity. Integridad talaga, guys. Integridad is doing the right thing even if walang nakakakita sa'yo. Kasi at the end of the day, alam nyo, pag may integridad, you know that you're celebrating for victories na talagang ikaw mismo yung nakapag-achieve and not because you did a shortcut or you cheated your way through. Benefits are long-term as well kasi all these things, all these efforts will help you become who you're supposed to become in the future. And last but not the least, tip number 5, be very, 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 very patient in learning everything. Stressful to go through the whole new process na parang it's very beyond you. And that's very understandable. Pero just think about your future and the plans that you have for yourself, things you want to achieve. Think about your motivations that will create a wonderful future for you if you do it right. You also need to make sure to be very diligent in getting updates from your teacher or from your classmates. Also, I've heard from other students na parang na-awkward sila with approaching their teacher kasi medyo weird, especially sa mga hindi masyadong ma-approach sa teacher in person. Well, you have to learn that now. And wag kayong mahiya kasi you paid for this. Your parents paid for your school. So you have the right to ask questions, to address concerns, and all that stuff. And of course, every one of you, including your teacher, including your school, are going through the process of transitioning into online classes together. I'm sure that your school and your teachers are willing to help you out na intindihin yung bagong process. I hope that you have learned something from this video, and I'm very excited for you who haven't started their online classes yet. Don't worry, guys, kaya nyo yan. Just remember, you are the future of our nation. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope to see you on my next one. Bye!